Everyone's talking about this love triangle between Julie, Luke, and Nick. We want to know, are you team Luke? Are you team Nick?
Juke, of course.
Are we going to get some more Juke action in season 2?
You know, thank you so much for that question. I mean, season 2 seems to be on everybody's lips, and that question is being asked every day. People want to know about the cliffhanger and season 2, and we've just only less than a week have been out there for, so it's so positive, and we're so hopeful that there will be a season 2, and it looks like the world is joining us and enjoying what it is that we put out there, and our fingers are crossed.
One of the things I love about the show is that Alex is already out of the closet.
Yeah.
Why was that important to you to have his storyline after his coming out story?
I just think, when you look at the world today and you see LGBTQ clubs and plus clubs in middle schools and high schools, and where young people are just like, no big deal, that I have gay friends and straight friends and black friends and Latino friends, and that I think that the more of that we can support and underscore is important to inspire an enlightened mind. And that I think that today is a day where we should be being able to tell stories that have gay characters that don't have to be coming out and going through the pain of coming out. Alex's life is complicated, and he's an anxious young man, but not because he's gay. And I thought that was really wonderful, because that wasn't my story. I had no role models. I had no characters on TV or at the movies, or, that were telling me, hey, Kenny, it's okay. That you don't have to hide or live in the dark. And so it's really wonderful that we can today in this world that we can put characters out there like that.
He's just so comfortable in his own skin too. Like in particular, that scene with Carrie when they're doing All Eyes on Me and he's joining with the choreography. I found that so moving just to see him.
Oh, good. Oh, good. We really enjoyed, coming up with that idea. And I think no one was more surprised than Owen. And I'll tell you, I saw him dancing in dance class one morning. Early on, and I went back and I said to Dan and Dave, our showrunners, I said, this guy can dance. I mean, not only can he sing and play drums and he's the funniest guy on 2 feet, but the guy can dance. And I said, we've got to find a creative way of having him jump into something. And so when we threw it at him, and he's like, you're kidding. But then he enjoyed it, I think, probably more than anyone.
Mm-hmm. And obviously talking about Owen is so talented. I mean, Madison and Charlie, they're both insane talents.
Jeremy
as well. Yeah, let's not leave them out.
No, I mean, they really are. They are all just remarkably gifted young people, bright, inspired, brave, gifted. They can do it all. And when Dan and Dave, when we pitched this to Netflix, one of the first questions they had was, how are you going to find these people? And I said bravely, we will. That's what I do. And that the journey of finding them was just as exciting as you can imagine. And we saw hundreds and hundreds of young people from all over North America. And we're just so excited about this group.
And you've actually helped launch the careers of so many talented people. Is there any first audition or meeting in particular that stands out to you?
Madison. We had seen about 200 young girls, and there were about 10 in there that we were considering. I thought that they brought a lot, to the day. But I was feeling that there was something that was still just that I was missing, an authenticity. I didn't want that shine. I wanted someone who was just raw, and Julie from the block is what I said to my casting directors. I want a girl that's really from the block, and that other girls are going to really see themselves in, who's honest and authentic and relatable. And then, my casting directors called me one day and they said, sit down. We think we found your Julie. And believe me, I sit down when they call, because they know. And when her videotape came on, I was bedazzled. I mean, everything that I had hoped for was right there. The promise of something great was before me. And I turned to my 2 associates who were watching with me. I had tears in my eyes, and I said, that's the girl to beat. That's the girl to beat. And of course, she came through. Isn't she wonderful?
She's incredible. And
Yes.
like her singing voice, particularly in the first episode at the end,
Yeah.
like moved me to tears. All those songs are so well written, and because the cast are all musicians in their own right, you've teased a potential tour. What are the plans for that?
We really do hope that if we're fortunate enough to be able to move forward with a season 2, and that the world really is coming to embrace the show, it's the same answer that I gave when I was doing High School Musical and Descendants. Right off the bat, barely out of the gate, kids were saying, "Is there going to be more? Is there going to be more?" And I was like, "Really, it's up to you," and maybe a little bit of a challenge. But truthfully, it is. I mean, for Netflix or the Walt Disney Company, to put support behind another venture, there has to be reason, right? And it appears that there is. And one of the things that we pitched right from the start to Netflix, that we wanted this to be more than television. We saw the potential for albums and touring, and a life beyond the small screen. And so. Absolutely. We hope to come to the UK. We hope to travel everywhere with this group. They do it all. They do it all. Why not?
Because you can tell with how you cast it, that these kids, they're not just good singers on TV. They're good musicians, period.
They do it all. Yeah. They're not faking it.
I guess as well, going into season 2, have you got any hopes for either characters getting more screen time or new characters appearing in the show?
Sure. I think Dan and Dave, they're such wonderful writers, and they had such a ball, writing season 1, and they love the characters and they love the premise, and we love the City of Angels as being our world, and Savannah Mae and Jada Marie and Sasha Carlson and Sonny Bustamante and Carlos Ponce and Boo Boo Stewart and Cheyenne Jackson, and we hope that all of these characters will come, even greater to life in season 2. We're really excited about coming back boldly, and with surprise and fun and great music. Because
obviously there's so much history with Julie and Carrie, actually, with their relationship that we've still not seen explored. And obviously Julie's mum.
We have opportunities there, and more. What I love about the show is the surprise, that I like that there's surprise. And that's a big and important part of it for me, is that we don't always know what's coming when the page turns or when the camera, when the scene cuts. And, I hope that we can continue to be surprising and to leave you with question, but also to inspire and so entertain. Yeah.
Because I was going to say, the only sort of other show I can think of that's on TV right now that's anywhere near similar is actually like the High School Musical series Reboot. I was wondering if you've had a chance to watch that, and as it's part of your legacy, how you feel about it.
I've watched it in its entirety. The casting is superb. The writing is superb. It's so smart. I was so impressed. And it's just really, I watched the entire series, and while I was making this one, it's wonderful, and I'm honored, to have been a part of, the legacy of High School Musical, to see this extension of that universe come to life and excite people and to become successful. I know that they have plans also for a season 2, and I don't even know if they had a chance to get it started yet or not, but I wish them all the luck in the world. It's a wonderful show, a wonderful cast, a wonderful group of producers and writers, showrunners. Yeah.
And just finally, is there anything going forward, now you're in the Netflix family, that you've got planned that you want to do after Julie?
Sure, yeah, I have lots of ideas and really excited, and my company is developing away, but I have one in particular project that may come next. I'm not sure if it will come right up next, but it's called Auntie Claus, and it's a wonderful new musical take on the holidays, and really excited about it, developing that as a television movie for the streaming service.
That is perfect. I can't wait to see it, Kenny. And thanks so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Huge congrats on the show. Can't wait to see everything it does in the future.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. I really, really do. Tell your friends.
Of course. No, word of mouth, it's going to be huge. All the best.
Thank you.